Well, here I am at my new home, and you'll see that I've got some very interesting neighbours. They're called plovers, and they are as thick as 2 bricks, and you can see a couple little chicks following Mama Plover there. Anyway, let's get back to the story here. Well, good day, fellow Loving Life community members and family. It's been a while since I put up a video, and here I am in the park with the plovers, and I've got a very special video I'm putting together today. And there are a couple of issues I want to talk about, and basically it's about my updated views of Donald Trump and my perspective on this crypto craze that everybody's going mad about. So, let's just look at what's happening with the crypto craze. It's very interesting that since Donald Trump became President of the United States of America, how many of his deals are aimed at benefiting his direct family. So I'm calling out Donald Trump as a man who does not have America's best interests in mind. He has his own family's best interests in mind. And one of those issues is crypto. Okay? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, all these different types of little altcoins that are supposedly going to be incredibly valuable in the future. Well, I differ to that, and that's why I'm putting this video together. But don't forget, Donald Trump has a very big vested interest. He and his wife Melania have their own meme crypto coins, which has earned them millions of dollars. So pushing crypto is not necessarily in the interests of the average Joe like you and me, but very much in the interest of people like Donald Trump and his family. By the way, his children are very involved in the crypto game. They've got businesses which actually trade crypto. I think you're starting to get the picture. Now, let's just think about what happened in the early 1600s. Yes, that's over 400 years ago. But let's learn from that. This is when you had the Dutch East India Company, which was a huge business. It's bigger than the size of Nvidia, bigger than the size of Microsoft in comparison to huge companies today. At that time, in the early 1600s in Holland, tulips all of a sudden became the big craze, rather like Bitcoin is right now. And what people were doing was they were buying and selling the tulip bulbs. And some of these bulbs would go for huge amounts of money. This is leading up to about 1634, and you can Google this to check it out for yourself. And how crazy it was is that at the peak, just before the crash in 1637, they were selling a single bulb, a tulip bulb, which was seen as rare, rather like a rare numismatic collectible coin. They were selling these for literally the price of 5 houses, one bulb. You could actually buy, with the money you got, you could buy 5 houses in Holland. That's how ridiculous it became. And of course, what happened in 1637 is the market crashed and everybody lost anything when it came to investing in tulips.
Shirt out of the suitcase.
"What do you think?"
said the tailor. The emperor gasped. He could not see anything.
"Isn't it wonderful?"
said the tailor.
"And remember, only intelligent people will be able to see it."
So these crazes come and go, and this crypto craze is no different. And I'll tell you why. There are a couple of good reasons to stay clear of crypto. Just 2 weeks ago, when Elon Musk had a birthday party, I put up a tweet on X where I said, "Happy birthday, Elon. I hope that you have a wonderful day because I do happen to appreciate that Elon Musk is a South African, or he was a South African, and he's a guy who I think has done a tremendous amount of good for humanity, even though he has his failings. What happened is that when I put this tweet up on X to Elon Musk, I said at Elon Musk, I got an email back from someone calling himself Reeve Musk Chat. And I thought, whoa, what's this? And he said, you have been selected as one of just a small number of people to get $50,000 worth of crypto. So I thought, well, this sounds legit. I'll just go and check it out. And he said, all you have to do is to type yes in response to this message I'm sending you. So I put a yes. Next day I got a tweet back saying, I have a Telegram account. Go to this Telegram account and I'll tell you how you can get your $50,000 gift for complimenting Elon Musk. And when I went to that Telegram account, the first thing on there was a little voicemail from Elon Musk personally saying, congratulations, you have been selected, and one of my senior staff is going to facilitate you getting your gift. So the whole process went through getting crypto and setting up a Coinbase account, and then he would put the crypto in there, and then it was mine to spend. Well, the crypto came into my Coinbase account. It was actually 39.75 Ethereum tokens, which actually came to over 100,000 US dollars. Before the crypto came in, Reeve Musk, or his proxy, it wasn't Elon Musk, it was one of these spammers who was pretending to be associated with Elon Musk. So be very clear, this had nothing to do with Elon Musk, it was a spammer using crypto. Before he put the money in, he said, oh, we got to set up this networking connection on Coinbase. And what that networking connection did was allowed him to put this money into my wallet, which looked like it was mine, but it actually wasn't. What had happened was that because I was networked off his wallet, it was just sitting there acting as if it was mine when it never was. So when I tried to move some of that crypto into my SwiftX wallet, which I'd had for years, it never got there. It just disappeared out of the Coinbase wallet. And this happened a couple of times. And it was about $10,000 that I'd moved from the Coinbase account into the SwiftX account. It never got there. And of course, there are all sort of excuses. He said, oh, now we're going to set up a Coinbase platform for you, and you'll have to put in all your bank account details and all this sort of stuff. And boy, I hit a red flag. I said, So I just closed down the Coinbase account and got out of it. Now, I know this has got nothing to do with the main thrust when it comes to my concerns about crypto, but just understand there are a lot of scams going on, and as soon as you get sucked into one of those scams, their primary purpose is either to take your crypto away from you or to clean out your bank accounts, which might be linked up to the account that they set up for you. So, getting back to crypto, and the reason why I think it's a scam, and the reason why I believe no one should touch it, is very simple. There are two big reasons. First is, to use crypto, you need to have an internet account. You need to have internet access. If you don't have internet access, you're good as dead, because all your money, whether it's $10 billion or $5, the price for coffee in crypto, is basically a line of code. That's all it is. There's nothing backing it. It's just a line of code. So if the internet doesn't work, you can't access your line of code, which means you can't access your money, which means that it's all bullshit. Now, just to add to that, we now have what's called artificial intelligence coming in, and we all know about that. Now, what they're saying, and this should be a huge red flag for anyone who's got crypto, is that with artificial intelligence, it doesn't matter how sophisticated your password is, an AI, especially when it's linked with a quantum computer, which basically multiplies the complexity and efficiency of the computer that you use by millions of times. What they're saying is it doesn't matter how complex your password on your wallet is, AI can basically break down and reveal that password that you've got within seconds.
AI can crack most passwords faster than you can read this article.
Normally on a standard computer, for you to use some sophisticated program to try and break into someone's password would take up to 100 years, but AI changes the game. So if you got crypto, you might go and check your wallet one day and there's your $1 million sitting there in Bitcoin. Next day you go and look and there's nothing there, because someone has used artificial intelligence to access your password, which, as I say, just takes seconds for them to do, and they can just move the crypto like that. So crypto is not safe, and we're still talking about the very basic formation of passwords and artificial intelligence. And we've got a helicopter hovering around here, but I hope you can still hear me. So what I'm saying is that just like the tulips in Holland, sounded like a great idea at the time, it got out of control and they went up to extraordinary amounts of money, and then the whole thing collapsed. Now you can imagine the situation where you've got, let's say, $1 million in Bitcoin, and now you go to your computer, you want to draw $100,000 in Bitcoin, and it says zippity zoo, it's gone. It's gone. Because someone using artificial intelligence has accessed your wallet and cleaned you out. That's how simple it is. Crypto is not safe. Which brings me back to my fixation on physical gold and physical silver. When you have physical gold and physical silver, it's not a line of code on a computer somewhere. It's actually real money sitting in front. You can hold it in your hand. It's not something that is just in cyberspace, just hovering around. Believe me, there is so many scams going around that if you've got crypto and if you're not really up to date with what's going on, you're going to lose that money. Someone's going to scam it out of you, or AI is going to come in through some setup that they've set up, and they're going to take your money off you. So crypto is not the bee's knees. That's my message here. Steer clear of it. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, but just look at the security aspect. There's no security with crypto. It's just a very dangerous way to play with your money. It might look exciting right now. You can see Bitcoin is up to $120,000 US dollars per coin. Just 18 months ago, it was about 17,000 US dollars, and people say, wow, it's going to go up to $1 million. Well, that sounds very much like the tulips of Holland, doesn't it? Especially when you consider what is going on with artificial intelligence. I'm going to wrap up this video now. Have a great day, and I hope that if you got into crypto, you'll reconsider and get something sensible, something that's always been money, namely physical gold and physical silver. And once again, just like crypto, fiat money, which is the cash you use today, is ready to collapse. Just be aware of that. Take care, and bye for now.
Und ich Auto auf uns